She's a very good person, Mr. Ryan. Jury is now acceptable to the people, Your Honor.
Rossetti? Hey, Wally, eh? Si. Siciliano. Very nice, actually. So you want to sit on this jury, eh, Enrico? Well, I try to be a good citizen. You follow the case? You read the papers this morning? No, I knew I might be called. The papers, that's not evidence. Move to dismiss for cause. Cause, Mr. Rossetti? He lied. He's got a newsprint on his fingers. He's followed everything written about this case. Right, Enrico? Just the sports section. Oh, sports? Who won the big horse race? And the mackerel running off the point? The semifinals of the tennis tournament? Dismissed for cause. Hello. I'm looking for Drusilla Gerard. Drusilla Gerard? You should have been here yesterday. You're not here? Isn't that what I said? A serious student, Drusilla. But like so many young people, more interested in independent research than in group effort. I sometimes think that... Professor, you tell me where she is? At the old diggings. And where are they? Not much to be found there anymore, I'm afraid. Been explored by generations of students, you know. Where? She went up there yesterday. Professor? Where? Oh, you go down that road about a mile, you'll find a dirt track heading south. Follow that track due south 19 miles to Triple Pines. 19 miles, Triple Pines. Young fellow! Either one would have been instantly fatal.
Doctor, out of your considerable experience and expertise, is there anything you can tell us about the person that fired those two shots?
Deceased was sitting up when shot. Hard to say how tall the killer was, but both shots were in the right temple, so the killer would definitely be left-handed.
You're a witness.
No questions. Howdy, Sonny. Howdy. Say, do you know this area very well around here?
Does the Pope know the Vatican?
I'm looking for Triple Pine. It's supposed to be 2.4 miles from here.
It is.
Which way?
That way?
You think you could take me, take me up there?
No, but he will, if the price is right.
How about $7 a day and 13 cents a mile?
We'd already given Mr. Crawford 2 extensions. We didn't want to foreclose. We knew it was his last parcel.
What finally happened?
We foreclosed. We had to. Crawford was virtually without assets.
Virtually?
Well, there were the insurance policies.
Mr. and Mrs. Crawford, Brian and Sylvia. What sort of argument were they having? Oh, a bad one. She threatened him.
Objection. That's her opinion.
Yes, strike the reference to threat. Jurors, disregard threat. Mrs. Blaine, just tell us what was said.
She said, I can't go on like this anymore. We owe everybody. If you don't come up with some money soon, I'll do something desperate. More or less. Thank you, Mrs. Blaine.
Did you ever say anything like that, Mrs. Blaine? That you'd do something desperate? More or less?
I don't know. Maybe. Yes, I did. Once.
Who'd you kill?
What?
I didn't kill anybody.
Then saying you're going to do something desperate doesn't necessarily involve...
I am not going to let her answer that.
That's okay with me, Judge.
Court is adjourned until 2 p.m. Promptly.
George, any news from Frank?
I called Phoenix. His clothes are still in the hotel, but he hasn't been seen since last night. Why'd you let him go just as the trial was opening?
Because Priscilla Gerard is our only lead to an intruder, and without an intruder, we've got no case.
I'll see you later.
Come on, Hardcastle. Come on.
Question. There's a snap lock on the outer door. How did this man get in? Answer. Through the porthole, I think. Yes, through the porthole. Is that the defendant's statement, given to you shortly after the shooting?
Yes.
I call your attention to this porthole. Would you say it's similar to the one found in the Crawford cabin?
I'd say it was identical.
Then it is through this space, according to the defendant's statement.
Jesse, entrancing as this demonstration is, I'll stipulate that no one came through that window.
Will you also stipulate that a porthole of this type violates marine safety laws and makes the yacht totally unsailable?
If I don't, you'll only prove it, right? So stipulated.
Thank you. You may examine.
Lieutenant, the defendant didn't say she'd seen the intruder go through that porthole, did she?
No, sir. She said he must have come in that way.
And she was wrong. Now, in your experience, is that sort of an error so unusual in the hysteria of the moment?
She seemed quite calm to me.
Did she? Would you refer back in your record to the transcript of the phone call in which the defendant reported the shooting to the police? Woman's voice. He, oh God. Officer. Man, get a hold of yourself. Woman. I can't help him. Oh Lord, he's dead. Somebody. Officer. Where are you, ma'am? Woman. He shot him. And now, the blood. And he's dead. Oh, please. Now, in your opinion, does the woman making that phone call sound entirely lucid and rational?
No. She was hysterical then. But when I talked to her...
Which was 10 minutes later. She was so calm that if she made a mistake about how the killer got in the room, she must have been lying. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that when I saw her, she was calm.
Hi there. I just happened to be in the neighborhood and thought I'd drop in. Okay, Drusilla, why did you and Benny break into our office? Now, you left town when we blew your cover, but it's an extraditable crime. Do you want to talk to me now, or would you feel more comfortable in front of a grand jury? Hey, I'm sorry. Don't do that, please.
It's my stepfather.
Take it easy. Start at the beginning, okay?
Thomas Mapes. We're from Phoenix. Eddie must have told you that. Tom went west the day Crawford was killed. Mom hasn't heard from him since.
Now, did he know the Crawfords?
Not that we know of. He went to the West Coast 3 times a year. He's a salesman or something. I don't know him. I was at school when he married Mom. She's crazy about him. And worried sick. When he didn't call. When we found he'd never checked into his hotel. Mom begged me to go and look for him. I was on a school break, so I did.
Well, what brought you to us?
I started at the airport and just lucked on his trail. He had rented a blue hatchback coupe, and it had been returned to the stall at the airport that same night. There was a map in the glove compartment with a circle around Fairhaven Marina. The car had only been driven 24 miles. That's just about a round trip.
Well, why didn't you go to the police?
I couldn't. I mean, I'd read about the Crawford case. What if he was the mysterious intruder?
Drusilla, you had a responsibility.
I've got a mother. And this was her husband. I didn't want to hurt him.
Okay, so you searched our office.
Just to find out if he knew anything about Tom Mapes. And you didn't.
I do now. Thomas Mapes, a stranger in the marina, could have gone aboard that yacht that night, and he hasn't been seen since. Now, your testimony is what we need.
But what about my mother? If I testified...
What about my client if you don't? You know, when you left town, you probably told yourself it was because you come up against a dead end, or you were doing your mother more harm than good, or you had to get back to school. Now, you know why I think you left? Because you were scared of the truth, so you came out here to hide, hoping it would go away. But the truth never does. Facts always have a way of coming to life. In the end. Now, I think you save your mom a lot of pain if you help her face the truth. Quick. Okay? Now, come on.
Mr. Rossetti, on your petition to add Drusilla Gerard to your witness list.
Yes, Judge, her testimony won't take long.
The application is denied.
What? Judge, she is prepared to testify that her stepfather went to the marina that night and hasn't been seen since.
I can read, Mr. Rossetti. In his blue hatchback coupe. But there are many yachts in that marina, and a lot of people there that night for a charity fundraiser. Now, you show me where this man went anywhere near the Crawford yacht, and I'll admit the testimony.
Now, that's a question for the jury.
And the question of whether proper foundation has been laid is one for the court's discretion.
I didn't know the court had any...
Counselor obviously pines for the municipal jail. It can be arranged.
While we're on the subject of witnesses, would you mind if we reopened our case for one more? I found out about her early today.
Does this shrinking violet have a name?
Marie Gallagher.
Occupation?
None. And her testimony, if I admit it?
She witnessed a fight between the defendant and the deceased just before the shooting.
Now that's what admissible testimony is, Mr. Rossetti. Something about the victim and the defendant. Not about some stranger who wandered into that part of town. All right, she may testify. Court is in recess until 2 p.m.
Young girl, occupation none, hangs around the marina at midnight and is reluctant to come forward.
Maybe Greta Gerber would know her from the old days.
Good idea, Georgia. You check the vice squad. Marie Gallagher. We're gonna make that Tootsie wish she'd stuck to her trade. Hi, Mom. You picked a perfect day to come. Is this your new fella?
This is Father Maoli. I brought him to see my son, the smart cracker.
You'll enjoy this, Father. Some bimbo's gonna badmouth our client. We're gonna blow her right out of the water.
That should be interesting.
Excuse me. Yes.
Nothing, Joe. No police record, not even a phone number.
And Greta's never heard of her, so she's not a...
Or at least she's never been caught at it. Until now.
All rise. Court is in session.